Medium tank 1 for T-35A. Quite simple mission. You need to be top 3 by experience, you need to shoot someone, and you need to win and survive. Definitely not a rocket science speaking about this mission. I think this mission can be done with pretty much any tank, although if I can recommend something, I would recommend lower tier. Since you can play from the tier 6 and up, I would recommend to stick it with a tier 6 because I think it is just simply easier. There is a bigger chance to meet newer players in the lower tier. And I think this is simply a correct way to do this, and this is how I did it. And for this mission, fellas, I chose to play with a T-34-85. Why T-34-85? Because I feel like this vehicle is one of the stronger tier 6 vehicles, and it is, let's get real, to be top 3 by experience, it's not rocket science. Yes, it might take a couple of games, so it doesn't matter how good you are as a player, because you cannot win them all, you cannot survive all the time, but this is how I done it, and you will see everything in the scoreboard. So the map which we currently have is the shit field, I meant to say airfield, I apologize, bad habits. Not the greatest map in the world of tanks, and definitely not the most enjoyable map for me to play, but we can do great things. And one more thing, whenever you are playing with missions, you do not need to expect to have a result like fluffy super unicorns of the game to do 5,000 damage with a tier 6. It's completely unnecessary. The result doesn't need to be that great. In this kind of situation, you will see absolutely yourself. Anyways, so I met the Thunder slow. I did not really felt like I want to play against him because he actually has quite a bit of the armor. So I just don't feel like I want to approach this gentleman, right? Instead of that, I would rather try to craft a bit better angles and try to deal with them in a bit different way. And I remember this battle very, very well. The start of this game is kind of meh, because it's very hard to find the way how we can do the things for the enemy forces. Meanwhile, I fired standard ammunition. I did not penetrate a Thunder slow, which is completely fine. It happens, and that tank is relatively powerful. It truly is. Speaking about the armor, so now we loaded APCRs and we are saying no, Thunder slow, come here, you mother trucker, come here. That's all we are saying at this point. He's trying to escape. I'm trying to get a good angle. Unfortunately, I am missing the shot, which is a bit disappointment, but it is completely fine. You cannot expect to hit them all. Also, I'm paying attention at the maximum, and as you can see, the cover 1 is sitting in the middle. What that basically means, meat, 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 meat. This map is called in a way you push, you lose. If you are making a decision to be aggressive in this map, well, more likely you are going to take one for the team. And speaking about this gentleman, he is already in the garage. Plus on top of that, we have a brother from the other mother, Rudy, which is pretty much the same tank like mine, although it is rated a bit worse in the index page, and the main reason being is you need to pay money in order to get it. Meanwhile, for a T-34-85, it's pretty much you are getting this for the credits, right? And I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so far our start, 500 damage, 200 assisting damage, and fellas, whenever you are having matchmaking like this, right, you are dealing against the tier 5s, you don't need to do 7,000 or something in order to complete this. Also, don't mind the notifications, fellas, and White Tigers enjoy the commander. So, all in all, what I can say, speaking about this mission, focusing directly to the mission, you do not need to do anything unique. You just need to play your game and the mission will come, right? You don't even need to focus on OMG what I supposed to do in order to do this. You are activating the mission and you are grinding one or another time. Or you are playing for credits with some kind of premium tank if you have it, right? In other words, it is like as easy as it is going to get, speaking about the mission difficulty. And if you are on the T-55A missions already, I believe you know that, and you are aware of this. Anyways, looking into the score, 7-4, I mean, I believe we are already winning this battle, and we kind of fulfilled one of the parts, one of the checkpoints, and at this point I am considering my life choices, how I can get involved here. Meanwhile, we figure it out. Mr. Bishop is sniping from the back, or I supposed to say clicking from the back, and I was considering my life choices. Do I want to shoot high explosives? I don't want to shoot high explosives. What I supposed to do in the first place in this situation, right? And as you can see, everything is looking all right. Now, the biggest decision for us to do. Do we want to go in front and do we want to punish enemies, or what are we supposed to do? At this point, I am paying attention at the score, and our team is kind of started throwing this. You know, we are winning only by 400 HP and we have the same amount of the tanks. And I am thinking, if I will drop down here, will I get a lot of use for ourselves? And I thought, nope, not a chance. This Thunder Slow, he is playing cooldown, and I think it is just simply not worth it for me to approach him, because I will risk myself getting killed, and once again I am kind of power grinding through the missions, and I just do not care about that. If not mission, probably I would go towards him and I would try to beat the living crap out of this gentleman. Anyways, obviously we want to win, obviously we want to deal with all of them, so at this point I thought, okay, flanking it is, this is the right decision for us. We don't care about Arta, we don't care about the Thunder Slow, and I have a feeling we will have our chance to beat this gentleman anyways, right? So, all in all we need to do, we need to eliminate the Škoda. Škoda definitely did not saw that one coming. We are saying hello. Kudos to this gentleman for his map awareness, because I think he noticed us instantly, and this is pretty much the end of the game. I know the score is not epic, I know the score is not the best score in the world of tanks, but that's all we needed in order to complete the mission, right? And this guide and overall guides for our missions, it doesn't mean you are going to see the best battles in the world of tanks. It means you are going to see what it takes to complete the mission, and I hope this is understandable and I hope this is fair. Meanwhile, there is only 3 tanks left. There is Arl, there is Churchill. With the Churchill we are doing trades. I couldn't care less about moving from this position, and I want to secure my top 3 position, if I can say so. So I'm just doing a silly goose trades, and we are sending him to the garage. Meanwhile, Arl in the side. This is kind of question mark decision from my side, because if Arl is having the pay to win gun, he has 300 alpha, and that means I would take one for the team, but luckily he did not pay whatsoever attention towards us. And now I was mentally prepared for I was preparing for this. Arta just shot. I thought he's going to drown, and I was even asking this on the stream. So fellas, do you think Arta will drown? But in this kind of situation, as you can see, it wasn't the case, and the gentleman found the keyboard go away from the water. Pretty impressive. All in all, 1.8 thousand damage, 500 assisting damage, and let's teleport to the score. And we are back, fellas, with a score. As you can see, MT1 first steps are done, completed with honors. We have the first class. We scored first by experience and first by the damage. I honestly speaking, fellas, I did not felt like we did something super extraordinary or something, and that's all you need to do in order to complete this mission. All in all, we lost a bit of the credits, but that is fine. I do not look into the credits too much. I'm trying not to spam that much gold, but in the same time, I am not minding to use big repair kits or big med kits. I just don't mind. I just want to power grind the missions, and yes, it is doable with a small consumables as well, right? So yeah, medium tank one for T-35A. I hope it was useful for you, and if you are just here to remember how the things are looking like, speaking about the missions, I hope you are entertained. Thank you very much for watching, and see you very, very soon.